Alright, in this lesson we are going to be familiar with the configuration of operating system Cisco IOS. And in our topology we have to place some equipments which are going to be functioning on different networks. Alright, so let me take off the sound preferences and play sound, so I don't need this sound. Alright, in our topology we have, let's say, we have one router, and we'll have two switches which are going to be connected with end devices. So I'm selecting the cable, which is auto selection cable, just pressing Control before selecting the cable, and then I'll just connect them like this. Alright, and here is the PC. I have such kind of small topology. And let me first of all make design of this topology by using draw tool. I can draw here, draw rectangle. Alright, first network and second network. And then I have to select this node tool, or just you can just press N button, okay? And then you will just write here, for example, this is going to be let's say engineering, and here is going to be the philology networks. Alright, and then we have to provide a design for this network, and given to us this information that in engineering there will be 1000 hosts, in philology faculty there will be, for example, 2200 hosts. And given to us network is gonna be 10.0.0.0, and this as you see IPv4. Alright, love work. And then what we're supposed to do, we have to make calculation. Okay, we have to find out the prefix, and we have to also find out the first and last useful address and network and broadcast addresses. So first job, what we'll do, we'll make first we'll make descending sorting, right? Descending sorting is gonna be engineering 1000, and then philology is gonna be 200. Okay, this work is done. Second job, we have to find out the prefixes, and we say that engineering faculty will have prefix, and so let's do it. If your prefix is 24, then you have such kind of situation. 32 minus 24 is equal to 8, and 2 to the power of 8 minus 2 is going to be, what it will be, 254. Okay, and then you just make mapping. So if your prefix is 23, then you have such kind of situation. 2 to the power of 9 minus 2, which is giving you 510. And then if it is 22, then you have such kind of thing, 2 to the power of 10 minus 2, which will give you, it's quite enough, right? So we'll just select prefix 22. And we'll write here, engineering has prefix of 22. And then philology has prefix of, so let's take a look. If it is 200, then we can take this one, or if you don't sure, just take a look what will be happening with prefix 25. Then it will be equal to 2 to the power of 7 minus 2 is gonna give you 126, right? Then it's not enough. So the better will be, the best one will be 24. We found the prefixes, now we have to find out the network addresses of both of them. And we write here, engineering faculty has the network address which is given to us, it is 10.0.0 and 0. And its prefix is 22. Then we have to take a look for this division, where is the 22nd bit is ending. So, and we have to open the third octet. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's find out where will be 22nd bit. So if it is 16 bits, then we have bit numbers 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So here is our division. Okay, видно, да? And then we say that all bits after this division will be with ones. Okay, and just we copy it and just paste it, and then we write it here 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This is our network address, this is our broadcast address of engineering faculty. And now let's continue with you with the philology faculty. So here we have to write philology faculty. Here we have to write that our network address will be equal to 40 with prefix 24. And it's gonna be like this, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. And then I'm just copying this part and pasting it, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Ah? 10.0. Ah, yeah. So thank you. All right, it's better. And now we'll convert these values into the decimal form. So we say that 10.0.0.0 with prefix 22, and then 10.0.3.255 with prefix 22. With prefix 22. This addressing belongs to engineering faculty, and then our next addressing, which belongs to philology faculty, will be looking like this: 40 with 24 and 10.0.4.0.255 with prefix 24. All right, we found it. And next we have to provide addressing to our devices. So let's say that, so here will be given also, given to us routers, interfaces will have first useful address, okay, in the network, and then hosts will have pre-last and last useful address, like this. So look, this is given to us. Then we have to define which addresses we will give to our router interfaces. And by the way, look guys, if you want to find out the names of these interfaces, of the router and the other device interface names, then you have to go to options, and then preferences, and then you have to go to and select show device model labels. No, not models. Show, always show port labels in logical workspace, like this, okay? So, in router you have GI00. What does it mean, GI00? It means that gigabit 00. Its name is like this. So look, what we will give, which IP address we will give to this interface, gigabit 00? The question for you, according to this information. So routers, interfaces will have first useful address in the network. What is the first useful address in network engineering? The first useful address. Yeah, with prefix 22. All right. What will be first useful address in network philology? 41 with prefix 24, right? Okay. All right. So we place just here. This is just text, guys. Okay, notes. And we use these notes to be sure that we understand which addresses will be given here. And then let's say that this is pre-last one. Предпоследний какой будет у нас? What will be this? Следующее значение какое? Oh, come on. Is 0? 253. Предпоследний, да? And the last useful address is 10.0.3.254. 254. Like this, with the prefix of 22. All right, so we did this part of addressing, and now the second part. The pre-last is here, PC0, 10, 0, 4, yeah, alright, with prefix 24, and then we'll just write it here, 10, 0, 4, and 255, with prefix 20, like this, alright? This is a last useful address. Now guys, we have to also find out what will be subnet mask of these prefixes. Yeah, it's my mistake, yeah. It's not possible, right? Alright, and then we have to find out the subnet mask. What will be subnet mask of prefix 22? It will be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's 22, right? And then you just convert it to decimal. 255, 255, 252, and 0. Yeah, thank you. And then let's find out the prefix, a subnet mask for prefix 24. Yeah, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and we'll just copy this one and place it here. And then, oops. And then we say that at the end will be not 252, but 255. Why do we need such kind of information? I mean subnet masks. We need the subnet mask to be able to configure our hosts and the router interfaces also. So let me configure a laptop 0. I go to desktop IP configuration, and then I say that this is the IP address of my laptop. And its subnet mask, look, it's defined by default 255.0.0.0. Because previously we had classes of IP addresses, class A, B, and C. I think that you watched it from the video lesson. But we need to have IP address, subnet mask, which is looking like this. All right. So we did. Now let's copy this part, or let me copy this one, and let me paste it here to laptop 1. So then I go to desktop IP configuration, paste here subnet mask, and then I paste here an IP address. 10, 0, 3, and 254. Now I'm able to make a test between laptop 0 and laptop 1. So look, I go to laptop 0, I go to the command prompt, and I just writing the command ping, which is echo request command, and I'm writing IP address of my laptop 1 and 254. So they have the connectivity. All right. You can also go to the simulation and see how packages are traveling. And also you can do it, so here we have a row, just click on that. We can create a packet from this laptop to this laptop, and it is successful. Okay. In other case, if it is not successful, you will see failed. All right. It's same as you made a ping, but only one ping, not 4. Yeah, I did it in this way. Look, by default in packet tracer, this arrow, this menu is closed by this arrow. So you just click on this arrow and just go to this packet, from this packet to this, from this to this laptop. And here we have the result. And you can delete your results. So if you make a lot of tests, there will be a lot of information. All right, so now we have communication between laptop 0 and laptop 1. Now we have to go to PC0 and PC1 and configure them. So how we can make this configuration? Go to desktop and then 0, 4, 253, and then our subnet mask is gonna be like this. And let's go to PC1, and PC1 will be configured by using this node. We just write here 10, 0, 4, and 254. And again, the subnet mask have to be proper subnet mask. Okay, and we can check the connectivity between these two devices, like this. Successful, you see. But in case if you will, for example, change an IP address or a subnet mask to different subnet mask, or let's say that we will write it an IP address which is from different network. They are from different network. And then if we will try to make ping between these equipments, actually the ping have to be failed, you see, because these two devices are on different networks, okay? And if they want to make communication, they have to make communication by using a router. And hold on, it have to be 4, I think. All right, and now the first part is ready. We just made up the configuration of end devices, and now the very important part is to make configuration of router. We will not touch with your switches. Switches will work by default and will help us to make communication. We don't need to make any configuration right now on switches. All right, we need to make configuration of router, because you see that ports, I mean interfaces of router by default are turned off, and you can see the red colored dots. Okay, it means that port is not functioning. But all other ports, as you see, switch and computer ports are just turned on by default. It's such kind of rule, like all ports of switches and computers are turned on automatically by default, but all interfaces, when I'm saying interface of router, it's the same port, they are turned off. How to turn them on? You have to go to and configure the router. So actually we have with you the physical view of the router. Here we have the configuration part. So we can go to, for example, gigabit 00 interface. And by using this graphical user interface, we can just do it like this. And it's turned on. Okay, but our work not to work with graphical interface. Okay, we have to work with the CLI, command line interface. It's very important. Oops. Control Shift 6, Control Shift, like this. So at the beginning, when you just enter to the router and click to the CLI, you can see that here is written your device name, router name, and this arrow. It means that you are now in the mode which is called user executive mode. User executive mode. This mode gives you a very small part of privileges. Okay, you can make just only, you can type only those commands which can show you something about router, okay, or about switch, but you cannot impact on functionality of this device in user executive mode. But then to go to, and by the way, this is on all of these commands are described in lesson 3 on my YouTube channel, so you can watch it from there. But I'll tell you additionally. So if you want to go from user executive mode to privileged executive mode, where you have more privileges, you have to type command enable. And now you can see that instead of arrow, you can see sharp. Okay, it's defining that you have the privilege to impact on device. You can restart device, you can delete something, all right? You can do something with this device, which is impacting on it. And by the way, if you want to exit, you can write disable. Okay, enable, disable. And let me tell you also, we have such kind of hints like a help. If you don't know which commands you are able to type, you can use question mark. Question mark, вопросительный знак. So and it's saying that, all right, so you can use these commands in this mode. But they are limited because it is simulator. In real equipment, you'll have list which is bigger than this one. And then you can write enable again, or disable again. Or instead of writing enable, you can write the simplified commands. For example, you wrote E, and then you are asking from this equipment which commands are starting from E. Just place question mark. And it's saying that there are only 2 commands in this mode, enable or exit. So if you'll just type E and press enter, it is saying that ambiguous command, unable to recognize which exactly command you want to type. And then you write E N, so you see, it is making distinguishment, right, between these commands. And just press enter, then you are inside enable mode. And the same thing with disable, like disable, disable, you have to write this all right. enable. And then if you want to penetrate to configuration of gigabit or to any interface, you have to also go to the global configuration mode. So first mode was user executive mode. Second mode is here. It is privileged executive mode. All right. Its name is privileged executive mode. It has some privileges. But when you want to make configuration of some interfaces or lines or giving some passwords, you have to go to another mode, which is called global configuration mode. You have to type configure terminal. Configure terminal. Starting from this mode, you can go to different lines, different interfaces, and configure them. It is called global configuration mode, like this. Its name is like this. All right. If you want to go back to privileged executive mode, just type exit. Okay, and again configure, or you can use abbreviations of the command conft. Okay, it's like simplification of commands. And then you can go to interface gigabit 00. You write interface gigabit 00. Oh, look at this good example. I have a mistake and it's showing me a row from which symbol I have mistake. Invalid input detected at this marker. All right. Interface gigabit 00. And then I can do whatever I want to do with this interface. Or I can go back again, exit, and write such kind of command, int interface gi00. It is same. Okay? So you can write it in this form, or you can write it in this form. This one is better, right? The second one. And then to turn on your interface, you have to type no shutdown. If you want to shut down, you write shutdown. Okay? Here is no command turn on. Here is like no shutdown. Okay? And a lot of commands which are having some negative effect are written here with no. Okay? Password, if you want to provide password. If you want to delete password, you write no password. Okay? All right, no shutdown. And as you see, it is turned on. And then you have to write a command which is giving the IP address for this interface. IP address, and then you just type this IP address 10.0.0.0.1, and then question mark. You have to provide subnet mask. What is our subnet mask? We already calculated. And 0. Okay, and like this. And then we go to so look. From this interface, you can immediately go to second interface without exiting this mode. You just write interface gigabit 01, no shutdown, and then you can, by the way, you can click to up arrow button, кнопка вверх, which will bring you previous comments, like in terminal, right? And just you can write here an IP address, which we have here 40. I'm just writing 40 and then 2550, like this. Okay, this address. And then I'm exiting from here, and to save my configurations. So when router will be restarted, and if you want to save your configuration, you have to write the command from privileged executive mode. You have to write copy running configuration file. It is like it's running configuration file. It's stored in RAM to startup configuration file, which is stored in another type of memory, which is called NVRAM. It's looking like flash memory. And you just copy it like this. Or you can type command copy run start. It's the same. Or you can type like this, write, the same. Or you can type vr, the same. Or you can type W, it's same also. Okay. So if you want to save your work, just from privileged executive mode, W. Okay. All right. In details, you will study it from the NetAcad, chapter 9 if I'm not, or chapter 2 if I'm not mistaken, and also the video lesson number 3 or 2, you can find it out from the playlist, all right? And now I provided here IP addresses. My task now to test connectivity between laptop and router. I go to command prompt and I write ping 10.0.0.1 and it's okay, you see? So my laptop 0 is able to communicate with router. But look guys, my laptop 0 is not able to communicate with PC 0. You know why? Because my laptop 0 doesn't know the exit door, the file gateway. So I have to provide it here. And then when my communication will come to PC 0, PC 0 will not be able to answer. So let's take a look for the simulation. I'll edit filter, no, not like this. I'll select an ICMP and then like this. Let me delete everything. And now look, I'm starting the communication. Laptop 0 knows about gateway, PC 0 doesn't know about it. Okay. Something, yeah. We still don't know what is ARP protocol. We'll study it about after 1 or 2 weeks. But that is why first packet lost. And look, information came to PC 0 and PC 0 is not able to give the answer. Why? Because PC 0 doesn't know that there is the exit door from this network. So that 10.0.4.1. So let's save it. Let's delete everything here. And let's go to real time, fast and forward time. And then come back again. Laptop 0, PC 0 communication. Alright, and here's the, yeah. And ping is successful. Alright. Alright, so this is how you can make such kind of laboratory works. This example, by using which you have to do other lab works which are more complex. This is very simple lab work, okay? And also you will make lab works with IP version 6, which we studied today. The logic is absolutely the same, but when you are making configuration of computers, then you go to here and it's IP version 6, as you see here. Okay? And also in router, when you go to interface gigabit 00, when you write IP configuration for IP version 6, you just write IP version 6 address, and for example, with prefix 120. That's it. Okay? And it is easier to make a configuration, right? Because you don't write the subnet mask. All right.